Bitcoin bounced to high 66K and people rejoiced, but I think it is a trap. Two central banks making decisions this week that could impact Bitcoin prices to the downside. So let me walk you through my thinking. Obviously, this is not financial advice, just my opinion. The two central banks are the Fed and the BOJ, or the Bank of Japan. These two have a significant impact on the global economy, and that includes the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallied to 66K on the backs of loosening of global tension as US and Iran agreed on a ceasefire deal. Well, presumably, this deal stops all conflict on all fronts, including Lebanon, with Iran also stating to never develop nuclear weapons. But that agreement has not yet been signed and is scheduled for June 19th. Also, that agreement can still be modified, and Iran is pursuing a more expansive agreement. And this is in turn could make the US reject the deal if they deem Iran's requirements are too harsh, making the situation harder to control and also to predict. In the midst of all this, the Fed under the new Fed chair, Kevin Warsh, is expected to release their rate decision, and based on investors' prediction, roughly 97% to 98% of people believe that the Fed will hold rates at 3.5 to 3.7% range, meaning a rate cut is out of the cards. The reason is, of course, inflation. With the war going on, the cost of energy shoot up, making the May CPI data to be quite elevated at 4.2%. And this made some voices in the Fed even thinking of raising rates. This hold in the rate is bearish for Bitcoin, but arguably it is better than a rate hike. The more alarming is the BOJ stance. BOJ is expected to increase the rate by 25 basis points to be 1%. This is massive since the last time BOJ did this in late July, early August of 2024, BTC dropped from the high 60s to 49K as the yen carry trade unwind. The way the trade works is that you borrow yen at a low rate, say 0.75%, then buying US dollars and investing in, let's say, US government bonds at 4%. The delta is 3.25% profit gross, with some exposure to forex rates, obviously. But one of the destinations of this cheap borrowed money is crypto. If, say, the Bank of Japan raises rates from 0.75 to 1%, then the delta or the gross profits shrinks. Add to the fact that yen strengthens against the dollar because of this interest rates hike, and it make some players unwind their position as their net profit shrinks while risk rises, repaying the yen debt by selling the asset that were bought using that money, and in this case, crypto. This is quite bad news, but there is also some light. First, some people say that the rate hike is already priced in, so the immediate impact might be muted since the market already expects it. Second, Saylor has been reaccumulating after selling the 32 Bitcoin. His company bought another 1,550 Bitcoins worth approximately $101.3 million at an average cost of about 65.3K. Although I respect Mr. Saylors for DCAing Bitcoin, and I feel some truth in the price-in argument, I still feel personally bearish in the short term. The shaky peace deal, the Fed and BOJ hawkish rhetoric, and the 4-year cycle cyclicalness, if that even is a word, is heavily skewing my view to the downside. The indicators I'm watching are also not showing a strong bottom has formed, and bottoms are generally the foundation of a bull market. Without it, there will not be a durable rally. I will explain in the Friday's video why I believe Bitcoin has not yet bottomed yet and what indicators I am watching. Make sure to subscribe to get notification when that video will be coming out. Now, I also believe that 50K is probably a conservative price target that I am seeing in the near future. Maybe not this week, but let's say in 1 to 2 months from now. Now, since this is my opinion, I will also give some counter indication that might make me flip my views. Do note that even if this thing happens, I might still be bearish depending on the situation. First, the peace deal is permanent or at least longer than just a few weeks. This makes the inflation due to energy costs decreases as oil prices drop. This makes the Fed more dovish, or in another word, more likely to cut rates, which is beneficial for Bitcoin's price. Second, the Clarity Act is passed before the midterms. This is a major catalyst that the crypto market is actively trying to make it pass. It will help more adoption, which in turn means more demand, propping up the price. Third, a black swan event that somehow elevates Bitcoin's position. And this is unpredictable, as the name suggests, a black swan. But let's say a hypothetical example is if, say, China says trading Bitcoin is now legal again, or if the US government actively buy Bitcoin, or the anti-crypto Elizabeth Warren suddenly bought Bitcoin and start bull posting all of a sudden, right? And four, lastly, AI will not steal crypto's thunder as the tech investment. So, no massive IPO for Anthropic, OpenAI, and all other upcoming AI IPOs if they exist, as these IPOs will suck liquidity off the market, especially crypto, like what we see in the SpaceX IPO. Now, that is my opinion on why I think 50k Bitcoin will happen in the near future. What are your thoughts on the video? Do you agree or disagree? Why do you think? Do you agree or you disagree with my opinion? And let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't trade on emotion, trade on data. I'll see you in the next one.